Hi guys, welcome back to the mat. I'm really excited today because I am here for a special class. We're going to do a power and strength creative flow, and I'm celebrating with you the release of my new app, Hannah Barrett Yoga. It comes out on Monday, the 5th of October. And I am beyond excited. It's been in the works for a long time. I've been working on it, since last year. So a long time. There's loads of content, lots of power and strength flows and programs. There's stress and anxiety flows. There are flexibility flows, morning and evening, some postnatal stuff on there. And there's a 28-day challenge as well, which is completely separate from the rest of the app. So different classes. And it's called Yoga for Life, the Yoga for Life Challenge, and it's all about bringing yoga into your life again, because I know people have struggled over lockdown with losing motivation and not wanting to get on their mats. So it's very different classes each day, and then one day a week we have no movement, and it's simply how to bring your yoga practice off the mat. Super excited, would love for you guys to check it out, but without further ado, we're going to start the class today. You're going to come down onto your backs, either in Shavasana or reclined Pada Konasana with the soles of your feet together. And you're going to close your eyes, and as always, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly and start to connect. Start to tune in. Listen, maybe this is the first time you stop today and listen to what your body is telling you, what your mind is telling you, maybe what your emotions are telling you. Can you lean into it now? Breathe into it. And I'm going to start the class as you guys sit here or lie here and breathe with a reading by someone called Christy Ann Martin. And it's really beautiful. It's always a good reminder for me when I'm feeling a little bit chaotic. She says, "When your world moves too fast and you lose yourself in the chaos, introduce yourself to each color of the sunset. Reacquaint yourself with the earth beneath your feet. Thank the air that surrounds you with every breath you take. Find yourself in the appreciation of life." So as you lie here and breathe and connect, take a moment to find gratitude. Think of 3 things you are grateful for right here and now. And if you're finding that difficult today for whatever reason, maybe find gratitude in the sunshine, the earth beneath your feet, the strong body that carries you through life, the breath inside your body. Find gratitude in life itself. And you're slowly, mindfully going to bring some movement now into the body. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. As you take a breath in, slowly reach the arms over your head, reach your toes away from you. Big stretch here, point the toes, then flex the feet. As you exhale, hug your knees in, give yourself a big squeeze. Bring your feet down onto the mat, flat on the floor, knees are bent. Bring your hands over your heart, rub your palms together. Start to create some heat between the palms. Take a big breath in, biggest breath you've taken today. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1. Bring that heat onto your heart. Set an intention for your practice, even if it's simply to just be here now. Blink your eyes open. So I should have said that the only thing you may need for this class is a block. And please always, as always, listen to your body. You know your body best. Yoga should never be painful. Modify wherever you need to and take child's pose or hip pause whenever you need to. Okay, so let's go. This is going to be fun and fiery. If you have a block, you can place it between your knees and give it a squeeze. If you don't have a block, that's absolutely fine. Do not worry. Just pretend the block is there. So as you exhale, make sure those glutes are on. Your feet are about a hand's distance from your body, and you're going to lift your hips up. Be aware, are your ribs flaring? Can you draw the ribs in? And then what you can do is reach your arms straight over you. So on the ground beneath you. I can't do it. I'm really sorry. I have plants in the way. So imagine my hands are over my head. And then you're going to take hold of your right fingers and you're going to pull them down, stretching into that right wrist. Breathing here. Keep your brain in your glutes. Wrap the tailbone down. So find length through the spine. And feel that connection to the core. Feel how everything works together. One more breath here. Then you're going to take hold of the left fingers and pull them back towards you. Keep drawing navel to spine. Your hip bones, imagine they're magnets drawing towards each other. Feel the deep abdominals work as you hug them in. Breathe into this left forearm, left wrist. And if you practice with the Ujjayi breath, maybe you turn it on now. However you practice, just remember to breathe. Okay, slowly release the wrists. You're going to bring your hands down by your sides and you're going to do 5 little lifts of the heels. So push down through the big toe mounds and exhale, slowly lower. Keep that connection to your glutes, to your core. Lift it up. Notice your ankles are going to want to splay out. Can you keep them on track? Find the strength, find the stability as you exhale or inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 2 more times. Mindful movements make this movement last as long as your breath. And notice when you slow it down how hard it is. Last time, lifting it up. Exhale, lower it down. Before we come down onto our back, just notice how the small change of grounding down through the feet and then pulling the feet towards you. They're not actually moving, but notice how the glutes, the hamstrings, even the calves light up even more. Holding here, pulling the feet back for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly coming down, piece by piece. So again, it doesn't matter if you have a block, but if you do, it can be quite nice to bring it between the hands now and squeeze it in tight between the hands. So you're going to bring yourself up like you're in kind of a dead bug position. So your knees are over hips. Notice, do they want to come back in? Can you bring them over your hips? It's more demand on the core that way. And your arms go overhead. So you can have the block if you want to squeeze it, or you cannot. I'll do it without the block. So you're going to have a gap between your lower back and the floor. That's good, but keep that gap the same. So if you move and feel that overarching, try drawing in the core more. And if that doesn't work, then modify. So your core is nice and strong and supporting you. So as you exhale, your arms are going to come overhead. As you inhale, they're going to come back through center. Switch down because I'm really attacking my plants. As you exhale, your toes now dip down. Inhale, lift them up. So exhale, arms go back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, toes dip. Option 1. Option 2 is, instead, the legs can exhale, dip the heels down. Inhale, lift. Again, only move as much as you can control the core. So if you feel your back overarching or your stomach doming, then don't take the legs down so far, or maybe go back to just dipping the toes. Option 3, you do both together. Exhale, feet come down, legs come down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 5 more, guys. Wherever you are. Let's say 6 actually, so it's even. 6. Breathe. 5. Feel the fire in the belly. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Collapse. So give your knees a hug in. Before we come up, place your feet hip distance apart, mat distance apart. Take the knees to the left, cactus the arms. Squeeze that right glute. Breathe into the front of that right hip flexor. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. If you've lost your breath, come back to it now. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back through center, either roll onto one side and bring yourself back up to down or up to downward facing dog even, or grab hold of your thighs and start to take some rock and rolls forward and back, massaging through the spine until finally you can cross the legs and roll over the knees, finding your way to downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, ground down through the hands, spread the fingers, feel the strength, push into the earth. Dial those hands out and feel the strength and stability even through the shoulders as you do that. I feel like today is going to be one of those days where I mess up all my words, so in advance, I'm sorry. So I got my hair tied. Right. So lift your hips high to the sky. Hug the lower belly up and in. Draw the front ribs in towards the back body. So the heels don't need to be touching the mat and the legs don't need to be straight. Bend them as much as you need. Instead, think about having that nice neutral spine. So if by bringing the heels down, you round through the spine, can you bring a bend in, lift the heels a bit more and bring back to that neutral spine. Notice what your head's doing. If it's falling between the arms, bring it back in space, bring it back in line. Our neck, or our spine includes our neck. Okay, so one more breath here. And then inhale, you are going to tiptoe your feet piece by piece all the way to the top of the mat until they come hip distance apart. Let the head hang heavy and take a little rock from side to side, maybe taking hold of either elbow. Come back to that intention that you set. It's going to be quite a little fiery. It's a quick and fiery flow today, guys. So if you need to pause, remember you can. If you need to take child's pose, you can. Drop the hands. Inhale, root to rise, coming all the way up, fingers touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your toes together, your heels slightly apart. Ground down through the feet, lift the toes. Drop the toes one by one onto the mat. Feel that energy from the earth, dialing up through the legs into the core, through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge forward, bend the knees as much as you need to, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Hold your plank here. Dial the hands out, feel strong. Lower belly hugs in, glutes are on. Imagine that block is still between your thighs, hug it in. Lower the knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Keep the shoulder tips lifted. Inhale, pull back, glutes on, cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Either finding some stillness here or taking some little bunny hops. So bending, maybe walking the toes forward a little bit, gazing towards the hands, setting your shoulder blades in neutral, bending the knees and taking some little hops up, tapping your bum with your feet, maybe finding some little gliding time. These little bunny hops are really exhausting, particularly when you do them from the first time. So once you've done your 5, find your down dog. Everyone take a big breath in together. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight away, sweep into your chair. Squeeze the knees together, gaze up towards the hands. Hold it here, feel strong. Draw an imaginary midline through your body and hug everything in towards it. Lower a little bit more and then start to take little pulses. Brain in your bum again, squeeze those glutes, get them working. Pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of my favorite moves, coming all the way down. See if you can do it without using your hands. See if your sit bones can come down even. Lift up, Navasana. Use your hands behind your thighs if you need to. Roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Navel hugs in, pelvic floor lifts. Squeeze towards that midline, maybe even straightening the legs. That's not happening for me today. Holding here in stillness. Breathing here. See if you can bring a smile onto your face. The least smiled in pose, that's for sure. 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet down. Can you come back up, chair pose, without using your hands? So you can bring a bit of momentum in. You can cross your legs. Wherever you are, just give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. We all meet chair pose. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Lowering the knees or coming down full chaturanga. Glutes are on as you lower, shoulders lifted. Inhale, heart opens. Keep those glutes on. Breathe the heart forward. And exhale, hips to the sky. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Notice, does your shoulders want to open? Can you keep the shoulders square? Still breathing into the front of that right hip. Feeling strong, hugging that lower belly in. 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot forward, come down onto the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. So you want to think about your legs being 90-90 here. So this is a different pose. What we're doing here is really stretching into our hip flexors, which particularly during lockdown have got super tight. So tuck the tailbone down, really squeeze that left glute and feel the stretch here in that left hip. Then bring your right hand onto your right thigh, reach the left arm over, taking a little side bend. Breathing here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale brings you back to center. Bring this left arm by your right foot and lift up into a twist. So your right hand comes up towards the sky. Left hand, again, dial it out and lean back into that left shoulder blade, opening through the heart, feeling really strong and secure in the shoulder. Inner thighs hug in towards each other. Breathe here for another moment. And then we're moving towards side plank. So option to drop this left knee and open up side plank, or option to come onto the knife edge of the left foot and bring the right foot on top of it. Holding side plank in stillness. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up, dial that left hand out. Maybe test yourself by bringing the gaze up. I haven't done this for ages. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand comes down, lowering all the way onto your belly. Pull back with the hands, glutes on. Breathe the arms back, lift the feet, lift up locust pose. Reach back with the fingers, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest even higher. Make sure you're breathing. Notice how your body moves as you breathe. And then slowly come all the way down, tuck the toes, make your way back up, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, ground down through the hands, dial them out, feel strong, secure in the shoulders, lower belly hugs up and in, ribs draw in, holding here, breathing here. And then as you exhale, you're going to step that foot to the front of your mat. Use your hand to help you if you need to. Come down onto the right knee. Inhale, lift the arms high to the sky. Lift those shoulder blades. Your arms are up, so you want to lift those shoulder blades high. Squeeze the right glute, and this left foot is energizing back as the right knee energizes forward. Can you find even more length through the side body? Hand to left hip, right arm over the top. Still stretching into the hip flexor, but slightly changing the stretch. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Right hand by left foot. Tuck the back toes, inner thighs hug in, left arm reaches up. Find that twist. Feel really strong and stable before you move into your side plank, whichever variation you go for. See if you can really move into the next pose with intention. So lift the hips up. Core super strong, hand grounding down. Ooh, I nearly screwed that up. And finding whatever version of side plank is right for you. Right for you today, because from day to day we can look very different what our body needs. Breathing here, 3. Can you slow the breath down? 2 and 1. Left hand comes down, taking yourself all the way onto your belly. Maybe dropping the knees if you need to. This time, bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, open the heart, lift the legs. Bound, locust pose. Reach the arms away from you. Squeeze the glutes, lift the legs even higher. Gentle hug in navel to spine. Lifting through the chest. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come onto your belly. Plant your hands and send your hips back. Child's pose. Bringing the knees wide if that feels good. Bringing the forehead down to the earth and reaching the fingers forward. Close the eyes, breathing into the back ribs. How much can you slow it down? When you're ready, slowly start to peel yourself up, tuck the toes, send the hips high. Last little burst of a flow. So you're going to bend the knees, gaze forward, take a little step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to your chair pose. Squeeze it here. Now, option to hold chair. Maybe cactus the arms, opening the chest if that feels good. Option to bring the hands down to the ground. Knees come in towards armpits. Shift the weight forward and see if you can lift 1 foot, then 2 feet, even crow pose. Wherever you are, holding it there for 5. Push through the hands, navel to spine, lift the pelvic floor. 3, 2, and 1. I totally got that. I missed out 4 then. I can count, I promise. Okay, big breath in. Exhale, bring the hips all the way down to the mat, coming back to this Navasana. So bringing the hands behind the thighs, rolling the shoulders back, hugging the inner thighs together, either holding here or exhale, extending the right heel, tapping it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, so getting the hip flexors involved here too, putting extra demand on the core as we lengthen the legs. It's so hard to talk during this. Okay, 2 more on both sides. Exhaling down, inhale up. Keep the belly hugging in. Don't let it puff out, don't let it dome. If there's pain in the lower back, ramp it down. Okay, last one. Hug the knees in, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. As you inhale, you're going to make your way back into chair pose. Any way you wish, try not to use your hands. Exhale, fold, fingers to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Hands come down to the mat, and we're going to step into downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee taps right tricep. I didn't have much room here, but if you're either going to hold it here, or you're going to start to bend in the elbows, shifting the weight forward, lifting up. I can't even speak. EPK, you know what it is. Ekapada Kundanyasana. Inhale, lifting back up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Either hold it here or shift onto the right hand, lifting up, fallen triangle. Foot can come down or foot can lift. 3, 2, 1. We're going towards half moon. So we're going to step our foot towards the center of the mat. Grab a block for your right hand if you need to as you open your left hip up, reaching that left leg up, opening your left shoulder open, breathing the heart towards the sky. Gaze can come up if balance is your friend today. Holding here, breathing into that left hip, finding some stillness after that little burst of energy. Breathing here, 3. We're going towards warrior 2 and 1. Okay, warrior 2. In your warrior 2, close your eyes. Front knee aligned with ankle. Ground down through the feet. And as you do with the hands, dial the feet out. Notice as you do that how the energy comes up through the legs. So now I've caught my breath. EPK, the arm balance. I'm going to do you guys a video on that because that was a really bad explanation. If it's in your practice, you know what I meant, but if it wasn't, that made no sense whatsoever. I'll do a video for you guys. So, blink the eyes open, bring your left hand onto your belly. Inhale, your right arm goes overhead, modified or variation of reverse warrior. As you exhale, right hand to belly, left arm goes overhead. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, keep the lower body exactly where it is. Exhale, hand to your belly, left arm overhead. Holding here, breathing here, drawing a line of energy from your left toe through your left fingers. And then as you exhale, bring your gaze down. Bring your left hand, spin onto your back toes, and come back to this twist. Take a moment here, and we're going back towards our side plank. Again, any option is good for you. Maybe this time you want to bring your feet into little tree. Maybe you want to stretch this leg high to the sky. Maybe you want to even take hold of your right toes. Wherever you are, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Shift forward through plank. Lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, pull back into your back bend. Exhale, hips to the sky. Left hand side. Inhale, your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Either just hold it here or start to bend into the elbows, shifting the weight forward, maybe lifting up and opening out your arm balance. Right toes come down if they're lifted. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, spin it out. Tap left knee, right tricep. Lift up, fallen triangle, your variation, or hold it in your twist. 3, 2, going towards half moon. 1, step the foot to the center of the mat and lift up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Grab a brick if you need more length in the side body. Whoa. Find your balance, find your drishti, your focus point. If you're struggling with balance, the more you gaze down, the easier it will be. Flex your right toes, open out through that right hip even more. 3, going towards warrior 2 and 1. Left toes forward, right foot comes back. Dial out through the feet, close your eyes. This is a pose that many of us have done hundreds, if not thousands of times before. Can you find something new in it? That balance, the delicate balance between effort and ease. Where can you bring more strength into it? Where can you let go? Blink the eyes open as you inhale. Right hand to your belly, left arm overhead. Exhale, left arm to belly, right arm overhead. 2 more times. Inhale. Dancing the movement and the breath together. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Breathe into that left side body. And exhale. Hold it here. Your core supports you. Your left hand stays on your belly. Keep grounding down through the feet. Pushing into the knife edge of that right foot. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Spin onto your right toes. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up. Back to our little twist. Gazing down. Remember, option to drop that knee. And you're going to come into your side plank. And come into the option that feels right for you. Ground down through the hand. Lift through the side waist, holding for 3. My leg is shaking 2, and 1. Hand comes down, bring knees come down, come all the way onto your belly, and let's come into Sphinx pose. Starting to really dial down the energy now, guys. So bring your forearms parallel, knees underneath shoulders, elbows underneath shoulders even. And then have a feeling of have a play. So have a play with pulling the arms towards you and opening the chest as you do so, but then also pushing the hands away. That can be quite nice too. So pushing back in space with the head, not tipping it back, but like you're trying to give yourself a double chin, and notice how it brings the stretch into your upper spine, your thoracic spine. Your glutes are lightly wrapping down with the tops of the feet into the mat. Holding here for another breath or 2. And then as you exhale, come all the way down onto your belly. And we're actually going to roll all the way over onto our backs. Place your right hand, your right foot even flat on the ground. And place your left foot figure 4 over. Coming into reclined pigeon. Grab your thigh or your shin. Pull it back in towards you and breathe into that left hip. Now is your chance to really come back to the breath. If you've lost that connection, bring it back now. Notice how this short burst of movement, short burst of strength has made you feel. And if it was a little bit fast for you today, maybe in a few days try coming back to the flow, because you know where it's going now. And it's a little bit easier when we know what to expect. 1 more breath. And place the right foot down, cross that left foot all the way over. Hug the knees back in towards you, take hold of the outer edges of the feet. Coming into reclined cow face pose. Breathing into the hips. Slowing the breath down even more. How much can you slow that exhale? And when you do, notice how it makes you feel. Notice how it calms the nervous system. Creates this serenity in the body. Slowly drop the feet down. Shift the hips over to the right as you bring the knees over to the left. Coming into a little bound twist. You can keep your eyes closed for the rest of this flow. Simply being present in your body and all sensations. Inhale brings you back to center, and we're going to do that whole thing on the other side. So right foot links over or just under that left knee. Grab hold of the thigh or the shin. And just become aware of how maybe this side feels a little bit different. And if it does, that's okay. We are all asymmetrical. And just bringing awareness into this fact, that's the first step. Having this connection, knowing maybe what we need to work on a little bit more in our body, which bits are weaker, which bits are tighter. Slowly bring the foot down, Knees cross all the way over, and then you hug those legs straight back in, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet. Breathing into both side hips. Can you slow your breath even more? One more big breath here. And then exhale, feet come down, hips slightly to the left as your knees come over to the right. Breathe into that left side hip. And then finally, inhale brings you up. Make your way into our final pose, Shavasana. Feet come mat distance apart. Hands come out alongside the body. Fingers curl in naturally. Take as long as you have here. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, everyone.